What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I do my 10,000 steps. And I'm out here doing them late because, woo, my legs are destroyed. I did a insane leg day yesterday. I kind of have some regrets, but not really. And it's destroyed my legs to where I almost didn't make it out here to do these videos for y'all. But here I am kicking it with y'all. So I'm sure y'all appreciate it, man. So I'm not going to even say that you guys don't. I'm sure you guys do appreciate it, and that makes it worth it. So I'm out here walking with smashed up, destroyed legs. But let's get into the topic. Well, first, shout out to you guys, my subscribers, new and old. Thank you for joining me for the rise to 5,000 by the end of the year. Let's keep going. Let's keep running it up, as they say. But all right, the topic at hand. I seen something about a man and his wife who run an animal shelter. They had their house raided. I don't even know the details of why their house was raided, but it looks like that everything about their operation was totally legit. The man has a squirrel. The squirrel was TikTok famous. Okay, the squirrel was called Peanut, and it's been in all types of videos. It's got a charity named after him, all these things. The squirrel has been a viral sensation, bringing in a lot of money for them to run their animal shelter operation. So we get to the feds got a warrant to raid his home, and they confiscated the squirrel and this raccoon, and they have euthanized both of them. Now, listening to this man describe the situation, it sounded absolutely ridiculous. He said they came in there, they sat him down outside like he was some sort of, criminal, like he was a drug dealer. They said, he said that he couldn't feed his horses breakfast or lunch. They interrogated his wife, asking her, and this is in New York, mind you, that aspect is very important here. They had the nerve to antagonize his wife, asking her basically about her immigration status. Now, the gall of them interrogating his wife about her immigration status when New York right now is overran with migrants. Just the gall of that is just way too much for me. I mean, really, where do y'all get off asking anybody about their immigration status when you're just letting migrants in left and right, dropping them off in various different cities? I mean, you got taxpayer dollars right now paying for migrants to have EBT cards, to eat steak and lobster. They getting crab boils while you eating ramen noodles. And your taxpayer dollars are being used for stupid stuff like this. So the squirrel Peanut is gone. Of all things that they could be putting time into, arresting murderers, arresting rapists, arresting child predators, arresting some of these migrants that are committing crimes. Of all things to dump this sort of manpower in, it is to essentially delete a squirrel. This is the stuff y'all are voting for, man. For folks that are still voting Democrat and are thinking about voting Democrat tomorrow, this is the sort of goofy stuff you are voting for. The irony of this situation is just too much. It's no laughing matter, because it happened to them today. This lovely couple, they look like really good people, man. People that do stuff like this with animals typically are very good people, because when you run a giant operation like that, an animal rescue, it's not about profit. It's something more there. The level of care that you have to get involved in something like that is beyond normal. So people that get into that sort of stuff truly love animals. They truly want to make a difference. So these just seem like good people. How upset they were over the squirrel and raccoon being euthanized. TMZ was talking to them. It just is an insane situation. The man said that this went through multiple organizations and was approved, and a judge signed off on this. I'm just like, at no point during the process of this going from department to department to department to department to department, and then to a judge to be signed and executed, at no point did anybody ever think what a bizarre use of resources that this was. I mean, just insane. And they're talking about, the squirrel was in the house illegally. Yeah, well, so are all the migrants in New York. I mean, I laugh here because of how silly that is. Not because the situation is a laughing matter. Because if you've had a pet that you've loved, he said he had that pet for like 7 years. If you had a pet that you've had like that, they're not just a pet. They kind of become part of the family. I had a cat for 15 years, Aaron. He died. I was sick about it, man. I ain't gonna even hold y'all up. I was sick about it when Aaron passed away. My son, he was 17 when Aaron passed away. So think about that. He was 2 years old when I got Aaron. He was 17 when Aaron passed away. He's known Aaron. He had known Aaron up to that point pretty much all his life. So this was a constant, and now he was gone. So my son was so sick about that, man. I mean, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. I was misty-eyed. Like, I didn't realize, like, of course I loved my cat. I didn't realize that it was gonna hit me like that. I knew that his time was coming. He was falling ill. I tried to do what I could for him. It wasn't happening. It's like rain is coming. So watching him degrade and there being nothing I can do about it, it was rough, man. So I knew that his time was coming, but trying to prepare for it did nothing. When he finally died, I was sick about it, man. So I get it. That's why I have such empathy for these folks, because, man, like, what are they going to do? And that's another thing. He says that everything's tied to the squirrel. The rescue is named after the squirrel. Everything is named after the squirrel, and now the squirrel's gone. He said he has no idea how he's going to continue to operate because they pretty much shattered his ability to raise revenue for the rescue. Just insane, man. So New York, I don't know what's going on there, man. I used to want to go visit New York really badly. Now, not so much. And this isn't me shitting on New York in any way, because I wouldn't do that. New York is one of those, like, it's like American living, like stereotype American living. That's why you see New York in like all types of movie and TV and whatnot. It's like stereotype American living. But what's happening there, man, they got to do some cleaning up, some changing of the guard, because politically New York is going to hell in a handbasket. You cannot have, like, it's like America's city almost. You can't have that place being ran like this. Some changes have to be made. And I know of some people right now. I know some people who live in New York, and they're great people. So again, this isn't me dumping on New York in any way, shape, or form. I think New York is a great American city still. It's just my desire to go there has waned with the way the crime has skyrocketed. Listen, I'm born and raised in Detroit. All right. I'm born and raised in a city that once upon a time had a 91.2% unsolved homicide rate. So if I'm talking about I'm kind of sketchy of going to New York, that's saying a lot. I'm no stranger to danger. So if I'm talking about, I don't know if I really want to go there anymore, that's saying a lot, man. So shout out to y'all in New York though, man. If this video lands to any subscribers or any people that just came across my content, shout out to you, man, because it's not y'all fault that stuff is going on like this, because you guys are just trying to live. You're not part of the everyday decision making process. You're not part of this goofy stuff. But I do urge you to vote these crazy people out, these people that are making all of these goofy decisions, dropping illegal migrants on you, and have them living better than you are. It makes no sense for some migrants to be coming over here and living better than you are off your tax dollars. How you going to work every day, paying your chunk to Uncle Sam, and you're paying for them to live in hotels? No, that's not cool. That's not right in any way, shape, or form. And the people who think this is right, who think this is okay, y'all got to get rid of them, man. That's the only way. Always remember, these politicians, their job is to serve you. And if they forget that, you remind them of it by voting them out. Because the next person in will be more afraid to move like this, because they know that they'll get booted up out of there in one term like the last guy did. So I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I appreciate y'all connecting with me. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.